in the 3rd grade Your Turn practice book. We will be working on pages 73 through 75 today. Read the passage. Use the reread strategy to make sure you understand the text. The reread strategy is where you go back and read a story again and ask yourself questions as you read to make sure you're understanding. Express yourself. Do you tell friends who you think the best singer is? Do you wear a t-shirt for a team you like? This may not seem unusual. It is your right to say what you think, yet there have been people who have had to prove their freedom of speech. Speak your mind. Freedom of speech is the right to tell what you think. This is a right in the Constitution. Even if other people do not agree, you should still have the right to say what you think. To speak your thoughts does not just mean saying them. It can mean what you do. There were students in 1969 who spoke with actions. America was at war then. The students did not like the war. They wanted to show how they felt, so they wore black armbands. Some people did not like the bands. The students went to court. This case was called Tinker versus Des Moines. The court said that students could wear the bands to school. It was their freedom of speech. The students could wear the bands even if others disagreed. Are there limits? There are times when free speech is not allowed. If telling your beliefs is unsafe to others, it is unprotected by the Constitution. What if you shout fire? If there's not a fire, this is not free speech. You are causing trouble. People might get hurt. The government will not allow this. A person who does this will be punished. This happened in 1919. The case was called Schneck versus United States. When our country was new and people were given freedom of speech, it was good. They were independent. They could speak their minds. There have been times when free speech has hurt people. The government can help define free speech by how people use it. Free speech is your right, yet if people get hurt, it is not allowed. And this means that people make the government work by using their free speech. They speak their beliefs. They do this within the rules of the law. Sometimes the government has to redefine how people use this freedom. Because of free speech, you can make your beliefs known. People will continue to help define the rules of government by reviewing their rights. A. Reread the passage and answer the questions. So now is a good time to pause the video and go back and read the text again. You can also rewind and read with me. And when you get back, let's answer number 1. Number 1, what does the second paragraph tell you about how the author feels about free speech? So we always go back and we're going to go to the second paragraph. Here's 1, 2. Freedom of speech is the right to tell what you think. This is a constitutional right. If people don't agree, you should still have the right to say what you think. So the author thinks that freedom of speech is a right all people in the U.S., because we have the Constitution, USA, should have. That's how the author feels. Number 2, how do you think the author would have felt about the students in the 3rd and 4th paragraphs being able to wear black armbands? The author agrees with free speech, so the author, speech is 2E, sorry, would want students to be able to have the armbands. Number 3, how does your point of view about free speech compare with the author's? So your point of view is, how do you feel about it? So this is your opinion. I want to know, what do you think? If you say you like freedom of speech, you would say it's the same as the author. You'd compare that. If you don't like freedom of speech, then explain why, and that would mean you do not agree. So do you agree or disagree with the author? And you're going to write that here. B, work with a partner. So read with a mom, dad, brother, or sister. Pay attention to accuracy and phrasing. Stop after 1 minute and fill out the chart. So after 1 minute, I know I was on the first page. I was right about here. number 88. And I made 2 mistakes, so my score is 86. And I read it again, and I got to the next line. And I got all the way to right here where it says mean. So I got to actually 100. I thought it was 90 something, but it was 100. I didn't make mistakes because I learned from my mistakes, so my score that time was 100. What's yours?